So we're going to move on to the next question. With the 89th legislative session starting up, I did want to ask each and every one of you, because we do live in unique counties, and all of you have had an opportunity. I know you had an opportunity, Commissioner, to meet with our new state senator recently, and many of you have been meeting with the delegation prior to them to today, actually, or yesterday. What I'd like to ask our panelists is, what issues are expected to be discussed at the upcoming legislative session, the one that we're in now, that could affect your area negatively or positively? Is there anything out there that you mentioned the vouchers, Commissioner. Is there something else that's out there, whether it's water, that's at the federal level, but are there other things that are concerning to you?
I haven't had the privilege to meet Adam Hinojosa just yet. I know he met with some of our city leaders, but I have talked to Representative Lopez on several issues. She's helped us out. I'm not as well versed as some of the others on this, but I know that Senate Bill 2, I believe, is coming up. That has to do with the property taxes. Is that correct? And then it all ties back into the vouchers. But that was the main thing that was, and I kind of said it a little bit early, that is of concern, not only to the educators, but to other people in the public. Now, some people are unaware of it, but I think we need to make sure and get the right information out so that they can form their own opinion as to how they feel about it. Because there's various opinions. Both my parents are educators, and they're now on the TRS system. So it's something that's important, near and dear. Okay.
Judge, in Starr County, what are we focusing on right now that could negatively impact your county or positive?
Well, certainly we are interested in anything that is going to be presented at the state level, because it affects us. But I think the two major things that I would think would be very concerned about, one is mental health. Judge Cortez and I have talked on the phone. Currently, Starr County, we belong to the Border Region Mental Health Authority, which is in Webb County. And Webb has been a good neighbor, a good partner with us. But our people really don't have anything in common with Webb County. Our people come to the valley, whether it's McAllen, Edinburg, Weslaco, Harlingen, wherever, to do their shopping, to do their trips to the valley. I don't think any, or very few, people go to Webb County. So when we have patients that need help and they get sent to Laredo, most of the time they don't have any beds there. So they get sent further to San Antonio. Now with DHR expanding their mental health facilities here, I think it's an opportune time for us to move to the valley. Now, it is my understanding that by us moving to tropical, that they might be losing out some funding. And if that's the case, then we need to promote in Austin the fact that we need more funding so that we can better serve our mental health needs in Starr County and here in the valley. So that's very important to us. The other thing that we certainly want to see how if it's gonna have a positive or a negative impact, is this 1,400 acres that have been offered to incoming President Trump for the deportation facility. How is that going to affect us in Starr County? If it's going to create jobs and I guess grow our economic development, certainly we're for it. If it's going to hinder it, then of course we're going to oppose it. So those are things that we need to keep an eye on, and I guess as they move forward, those decisions will be made.
Judge Treviño?
Let me see if I can address a couple of the different issues. We know that vouchers is a priority for Governor Abbott, and the concern that's been raised, and I echo it, is the fact that public education has not been properly and sufficiently funded for quite some time. At the last session, when there was a surplus, the teachers didn't get the raise, and I don't think anybody will disagree with me that the toughest job in the world, or the most important, is that of our teachers in our education system. So I'm hopeful that if the attention gets placed on the voucher issue, that the legislature will also focus on making sure that the public education receives each and every dollar that they need, because we are woefully falling behind with regards to that particular aspect. The additional concern, and Judge Vera alluded to it, is a lot of the discussion that we've had over the last several years with regards to the narrative of the border and the quote-unquote insecurity that it has. First of all, I completely, 100%, wholeheartedly disagree with the premise that the border is insecure. I think it's dishonest, and it's a slap in the face to the unbelievable job that our federal and state and local law enforcement officials do to protect us and provide us a quality of life and safety that all of us have here. We are as safe as any other part, if not safer than any other part of the country. Now, if you're going to have a discussion about the fact that our immigration system is woefully behind and has not been updated, then I agree 110% with you. But those are two different, similar, related, but different issues. And the attention on the quote-unquote militarization or aspect of it lacks the attention on the easiest thing to help, which is our cross-border trade. If our ports of entry are bringing over trade and taking into Mexico and bringing over products on both sides, that enhances our border security. That enhances the economic well-being of our state, of our country, and obviously our neighbor to the south, Mexico. So the lack of discussion or attention being placed on the positive impact that cross-border trade will have is something that we, as a local regional leadership, need to take control again over that narrative and not let the rest of the country think that we live in the wild, wild west, and how on earth do you all survive down there, you know, with guns a-blazing and migrants crossing over by the thousands and caravans. Immigration, and by the way, this country isn't getting any younger. We need an ample labor pool. Those migrants are coming over to do the job that most people in this country do not want to do, and certainly not at the wages that they're getting paid. So there's got to be a happy medium. Again, middle of the road, logical, rational thinking can address these issues on a bipartisan basis so that the entire country can benefit. We update our immigration system, which hasn't been done since 1986, and we do it in a way so that our economy continues to thrive and allows these individuals the opportunity and the basis to preserve and provide a better and quality of life for themselves, for their family, and their community, whether it's here on the border, here in Texas, or any other part of our 50 states. So,
Thank you, Judge. Yes, great. Judge Cortez?
The services that counties provide you are mandated by the state of Texas. We are a government that was created by the state of Texas to provide certain services. So any time that you can eliminate unnecessary costs, we would want to do that. So one of the bills that are being presented, House Bill 1080, it means that every time we have to publicly publish in the newspaper some business we're going to do or transaction we're going to do, and that costs money. I know when I was mayor in McAllen, it was an astronomical amount of money. Well, now this bill will be able to allow us for us to post it on our website as opposed to do it on a publication. Some of my newspaper people will not like it, but anyway, that's a bill that we hope that will pass. The second one is counties also pay for certain taxes that the state of Texas now wants to eliminate with House Bill 1109. We're supporting that. Then House Bill 1378, creates a buffer, between we have these battery companies coming in, companies coming in, and they want to put a buffer as to what can be next to them, and we think that's a good thing because that's something new. We don't know what's going to happen. Then there's House Bill 1575. This is good because it's better care for pregnant women, and I think that's very important. Then we also have House Bill 1461, which allows the counties to be reimbursed for mental patients and other parole violators and juvenile things. So all those will add money to us that we don't have to get it from our taxpayers. Those are the good things. The bad things, one is House Bill 325, which limits the expenditures that counties can have. Okay, listen to the logic of this. If we spend $100 last year, we can only spend 100 times whatever percentage of inflation was in the previous year plus the growth. What does that have to do with the need for us to spend money? But that's what that bill does. The other bill that's concerning to us is House Bill 1683. This is basically a bill pretty much targeted at Hidalgo County. It defines Hidalgo County, and that is the consolidation of roads and bridges. After speaking to all our commissioners here, we think that that's not in the best interest of the 22 cities, mayors from the 22 cities here in Hidalgo County. I don't think we can better serve you any better than that. Also, a very concerning one is the bills that are trying to limit Medicaid and CHIP programs. As you know, we just finished building this beautiful Driscoll Hospital here, and immediately it was full. We have so many of our children needing services now. And apparently, and I have somebody here that may know more than I do about this, that they don't qualify to be reimbursed on some programs. That will have a devastating effect on their ability and our ability to serve the children that we have. The other thing that's very concerning to county government, and Judge Treviño and I were speaking about that earlier today, is that our ability to control development outside. Right now, we have more residential people living in non-incorporated cities than in the largest city in Hidalgo County. And yet, we don't have any ordinance powers, to control that growth. So that becomes extremely important to us. Also, when I was mayor in McAllen, I had about 15 different sources of income. In the county, we have one source of income. So we cannot serve growth as well as cities can. Well, but cities cannot annex anyone unless the people want to be annexed. So all of the development that's occurring here in Hidalgo County is really going outside city limits. That is somewhat good, somewhat bad. But what is bad is if the cities cannot control their areas outside and you're having this lesser level of development, when the city really grows and needs a nice, good subdivision, where are you going to put it? So all these bills are very concerning to us. We're going to pay attention to it and fight them as best as we can. We ask all of our legislation from this legislator from this area to help us put together, a well thought out plan as to really what helps us. But those were the positive bills and the negative bills that we've seen so far.
Thank you, Judge.